This is Thomas with Believe in the Run.
This is Robbie with Believe in the Run.
And today we're talking about
the Nobull Runner Plus.
Like, is it noble like no bullshit, or is it noble like like a gentleman?
Like a royalty in England. Where did Nobull come from?
Like the brand?
Yeah.
I think CrossFit.
But like, when did this happen? Because I feel like it was just there. One day it was there and everybody was wearing it.
I think it was at the height of the CrossFit.
Okay, but here's the so I went into this review blind. I didn't want to know anything about Nobull. I knew that it was somewhat popular. I've seen people wearing it at the gym. Not that I've gone to the gym, because I'm generally averse to things outside of running. We've seen it pop up maybe like on running shoe forums. Like there's a nylon plated Pebax powered shoe, and it's like, you know, we hear the word plate, we gotta try it, right?
Pebax.
Yeah, we asked to review it, and now this shoe's been out for a while. I think probably at least a year now.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Thomas, what do you want to know about this? Because by the way, I'm the only one who
Yeah, Robbie's the only one who ran this. I mean, I am just curious, because I looked at it, and just from my observations, it looks like it has a pretty basic upper. It kind of actually reminds me of an old Under Armour shoe called the Gemini. Pretty simple. And then you get down to Pebax, which you can't really go wrong with Pebax. It's like, do you need more hot sauce? Of course, put some hot sauce on there.
I guess we can go into the upper first. The upper is kind of like Nobull's just upper that's on all their shoes, I believe. Which is to say, it is a lightweight, kind of lightweight. It's a breathable mesh. You can see not much structure going on.
I did see it has a gusseted tongue.
It does, but it's not a stretchy gusset. It's just the mesh, just like attaching it to the sides. So it's really this mesh, just the whole thing is that. And it has these chunky laces, very like lifestyle shoe-ish, not super, nothing real special about them.
And that's the thing, like when I think Nobull, I think gym. I get that this kind of has that look, and it definitely, I mean, it's all military, blacked out, grayed out, looking like a battleship.
I feel like I wore
clothing for it.
I didn't realize it today, but I wore all militarized out, or whatever it's called.
So it definitely has a different feel from, say, the running shoe industry, which is not a bad thing. That's just an observation. So when I'm looking at this and going, who is this shoe for?
Yeah.
It feels like this is for the guy or woman who wants to maybe add a little more aerobic exercise into their workouts.
Right, and that is what this shoe is designed for, because there's a regular runner, which is more of just a trainer. It doesn't have the Pebax or the plate, and this is the elevation of that shoe, so this is supposed to be a performance trainer.
Like, I'm not familiar with the design aesthetic of Nobull, but I look at it and I go, this is a shoe that they're like, well, I guess in some ways it fits their brand, Nobull. It's just the most basic, like, there's not a lot of design going on in the midsole shape. There's not a lot, even on the outsole, it looks pretty basic. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter if it performs well.
Let's get into the performance of it actually on the run. We do have a full Pebax midsole here. There's like no specs on their site except for the drop, which is 8mm. So we've seen Pebax in other trainers. We've seen it in the Saucony Endorphin series, which this looks very similar to.
Yeah.
We'll get into that. So this shoe actually really does feel like Pebax.
All right, so you're getting that bounce, that pop.
I was really surprised at actually how good this shoe felt on the run. Honestly, to me, it felt pretty much identical to the Saucony Endorphin Speed.
And that's one of your favorites.
Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite trainers. This shoe is a little bit heavier, by the way. The weight on it is 9.5 ounces, 269 grams for men's size 9.
I mean, that's not light, especially for a Pebax shoe. So I'm guessing this rubber is probably what's causing it, and the amount of Pebax, I guess.
Right, so I think the Endorphin Speed 3 is about an ounce lighter than that. But as we've seen from a lot of lifestyle brands that try to do running shoes, it's usually a lot heavier, actually.
The Endorphin Speed, though, is like a grail shoe. Like, some people are like, wow, this, like, buy one after another, and that's all they want to train in. So comparing this to that shoe is really giving this a lot of praise.
Yeah, it's really nice. Like, it just rolls along. You get that bounce that you're looking for from the Pebax. Maybe not perfect. Like, one of the things, and here's another reason it's probably heavier. You see it does have a wider platform. So if you are using it in the gym, on the treadmill in the gym, or just
It's a little more stable.
Exactly. So the endorphin speed is a little bit more unstable than that. I did take it on, I think, one run in the rain or where it was wet and it was a little slick. It wasn't the tackiest rubber out there, but it's still decent for what it is. And probably a lot of people using the shoe is gonna be more treadmill or just general like 3 to 5 mile runs or whatever. In which case, I think it's a pretty good shoe. So the price is a little high on this shoe. It's $180 for the more generic versions like this, $200. They have like these custom designs and things like that, which is a little bit higher than you're gonna find in, say, like the Saucony Endorphin Speed, which is $160, still one of the better priced shoes out there. For this, you could use this as a daily trainer. Tempo shoe, probably not so much. Like I think the Saucony Endorphin.
Do you think that upper keeps it from being a great tempo shoe or a race day shoe? Because this much Pebax with a plate, I start to think, okay, line it up.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the weight too. You're talking about, you know, close to 10 ounces for this shoe. I don't think it's the worst. Like with the energy return and everything else, I think it is fine. Doesn't feel heavy on the
But
run.
I'm guessing if you're wearing the traditional Nobull shoes and you put this on, you're like, wow. Just in general, what light does this shoe get?
It's kind of hard because it's like, it's definitely not a red. Like it's either a yellow or a green. The ride of it is a green for sure. I think for what it is, for what a general like athletic brand that's making a shoe like this, I would give it a green. For a strictly performance running shoe, I would give this a yellow.
Wait, I give it a green.
A green for what it is. But if we're going just strictly performance, I'm gonna give it a yellow. If you do wanna buy this shoe, if you've been thinking about buying it, I don't think you're gonna be disappointed in it.
Yeah. So that wraps it up, and there's only one thing left to do. We're gonna ask you to go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe. Robbie, shouldn't they sign up for the email?
Yeah, sign up for the email. Make sure, we'll give you all our reviews each week. No spam, just the good stuff.
Yeah.
And then make sure you follow us on Instagram, listen to our podcast, The Drop, and Fuel for the Soul. They're kind of two of the best podcasts out there, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he's not gonna lie.
And I think that's everything.
That's it, all right.
All right. Nobull.